Um, yeah. Yes, yes. Believe it or not, yes.
What?
We have in the neighborhood my good friend
Yes.
and theater critic and former head of the drama desk,
Glasses.
David Sheward,
Hello.
who joins us every week to play the Today Yesterday.
How are you?
Yeah, you should have really, you're on TV here. You should have dressed up, Dave.
Well, I'm wearing my 2004 glasses because that was the last time I bought something like this. 16 years ago.
So have you been having a good New Year with your husband? I thought we might make a cameo. I thought we might get to see him. No, yes?
Well, we'll see.
Before he pulls some wires and throws you accidentally off the air?
Yes.
So tell me, David, I told the guests on the show, I said, if we're going to prepare something, you can talk about a good thing that happened to you, a good anecdote for 2020, tell a joke, or something else, or stump me with a trivia question. So what would you like to do?
I don't know. I just thought I was going to come on and you would tell me what to do.
Well, then what is some...
all right. Here's a trivia question, which won me something at Star Trek Convention. What Emmy-winning actress portrayed 3 different roles on Star Trek, the original Star Trek series?
Emmy-winning, I don't know from Emmys. All right, let's see. Lee Meredith. Was it Meriwether or Meredith? No, you're looking at me. That's not right.
No, Lee Meriwether did appear on Star Trek once.
Meriwether, right? Okay. Meredith was from the producers. Can I get a hint? No, I can't because I'm gonna fail. I'm gonna fail.
Well, it would be she won her Emmy for a guest starring role.
All right.
Before they had guest actors.
Lena Horne. No,
Was it the nurse?
Joyce is asking, was it the nurse?
The nurse in what?
On Star Trek. Was it a nurse?
No,
Star Trek.
It was not the nurse.
Can I get initials or something? I mean, I already failed. I already get 0 points.
The initials were BB.
Betty Davis.
Betty Buckley? It wasn't Betty Buckley yet.
No, it wasn't Betty Buckley.
Barbara Barry.
No, not Barbara Barry.
Oh. Beatrice Barther. No.
Beatrice Barther.
Belle Barth.
Belle Barth used to say, "Shut your hole, honey. Mine's making money." Okay.
Bonnie Branklin. No, I give up. Was it?
All right. It was Barbara Boston. Who won an Emmy for Hill Street Blues.
Right, I remember her. Yeah.
Grace Gardner, the sexy woman who was dating Sergeant Esterhaus. And she appeared on she won an Emmy as Best Actress in a Dramatic Series before they had separate categories for guest actors.
Cool.
And her roles on Star Trek, where she was a voiceover in one episode called The Squire of Gothos.
Yeah.
She was on one called it slipped my mind for the moment. It was another one about the cloud minders, I think it was called.
I'm not a big. I mean, I've seen every Star Trek episode once because my wife has been watching them, but I was never a Star Trek person.
Another one called The Taste of Armageddon.
Yeah. Okay. So it sounds like my cooking, but well, I get 0 points on that. But if you want to see David pretty much every week on this program, on Dave's Gone By, Saturday mornings, he's the man to beat. A lot of times Leslie Hoban Blake plays along, and there are other guest players. It's a trivia quiz. We have a lot of fun. And you got me. Now, David, don't go away. I want to invite.
Oh, no, I'm not going anywhere.
And you're all sort of in the same field, which is kind of neat. So, ladies and gentlemen, joining the neighborhood for the moment. Actually, this is rather perfect timing. Your friend and mine, and someone who's been a longtime friend of the neighborhood, who's not visibly there. And there he is, Jeff Goodman, ladies and gentlemen, former host of the Two on the Aisle show with Charles Gross, who's going to be admitted in just a moment or two. So he'll join us as well. So Jeff, you know David Sheward, of course. From Drama Desk and from thedaviddesk.com, theaterlife.com, culturalweekly.com, except it's not the daviddesk.com. It's daviddesk blogspot something.
It's a blog called the David Desk.
A blog called the David Desk. And Jeff Goodman. Jeff is now living comfortably, I believe, in Las Vegas. Is that true?
I'm living in Las Vegas, not so comfortably because my pods seem to be lost somewhere in the United States.
Your what?
The pods that you pack all your belongings in a pod.
Oh,
It sounded like you said your putts, but
Oh no, it's pods.
Yeah.
My zippy shells. That's.
Oh.
Come on,
I'll
wait,
give
you
them a
moved.
really good review on this one.
You moved 3 weeks ago.
I moved the end of October.
We use pods and they had no problem.
Yeah, we had a pod when we moved from New York to Colorado all those years
Could
ago.
you call them for me and ask them when I'm getting my belongings?
How the hell have they had your belongings for 2 months?
They track everything. It's
I
tracked.
have lived out of the same suitcase with the same like 5 sets of clothes.
You know who used to do that? Remember Larry the critic? Whenever
Yes,
we go-
Larry Balmer. If you guys remember
Yes.
Larry Balmer, he would always have issues with airports losing his luggage. Every time we go on a
Everybody
theater
did.
critics trip. What? Yeah.
This move has been just a disaster for me.
Oh,
But as I always believe, bad move, great life.
all of
Because it's like bad dress rehearsal, great performance.
yes.
Oh, I forgot. I was going to take my. I don't know. Even
You
why I
have
was-
to understand, Jeff has had over the past couple of years, he was having surgery to if you've known
I
Jeff
had-
for years, David.
I had a gastric bypass.
200 pounds.
I've lost 350 pounds.
Look,
my
350 pounds. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Several
And-
We
people.
must always.
Be happy. Yeah.
Exactly.
But literally, when Jeff was having a second surgery, his house burned down. He was living in
Yeah.
a place that was paid for by insurance.
Oh my
Finally
God.
sold. Well, no, you can sell your house. You got the insurance, and you were able to move to Vegas, and now you have no stuff. It's like unbelievable.
Well, Jeff,
I love your
it's-
attitude.
It's an excuse just to go on Amazon and shop.
This is true.
Yeah.
No, because I don't want to have all this stuff that I have to throw away. I've been living out of the dollar store, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
I've
2021
the
can
cheap-
only get better.
I have the cheapest silverware ever. This is
Hmm. All right.
this is wonderful $9.99 set of tableware from Walmart.
Good. Good. But you look good, and you've been okay. You haven't had.
Yeah.
You've been fine. Like,
Yeah.
and you're done with all the surgeries, right, Jeff? There's no.
Yeah, please God, I had to have the gastric bypass. When my house burned down, I had a hip replacement
Oh, that's right.
because I could hardly walk. And then I had 2 skin surgeries to remove all the skin.
Hmm.
I had a giant,
This is Lincoln. How'd you enjoy the play? Oh man. So, but
and everything was good. Let me tell you, all the surgeries were the best things that could ever happen to me.
So
I-
how's Vegas doing during this pandemic? Do you go out? You go casinos, obviously.
I don't go out because my belief is I choose my exposures. So all I do is I say, okay, I can go here. Like occasionally I go to the supermarket, but I really don't want to. So they have a wonderful supermarket here called Smith's that you put everything online. You just click buttons, and then when you get there, you dial them. The kids bring it right to your car.
Right.
And it's great. I forgot to tell you, when I moved here, not only was the pod picked up late, but my car was picked up late. And they called me one day and they said, "Oh, your car will be here Monday or Tuesday." I said, "Great." And I'm ready to return my rental car. Wednesday morning shows up. Never got a car Tuesday night. So I called them and I said, "What happened?" They said, "Oh, we're so sorry, Mr. Goodman. But the what they call it? The truck or whatever, the carrier that your car was on had an accident in Nebraska." So literally my car had an accident in Nebraska. Then it was delayed again because they had a snowstorm in Denver. I told you, David,
Yeah.
because I thought of you. I said, "Oh God."
Yeah. No. Oh, well, I'm so sorry. I mean, Jeff, it's amazing that you have the attitude that you have. It's just great. But let me ask David Sheward, because I didn't really, Jeff brought up something. I don't know if I ever really asked you, like,
Yes.
you're living, I think, you say New York or Brooklyn? I think you're in Brooklyn.
In Jackson Heights in Queens.
So do you have to go out and teach? I mean, has your life been appreciative? Are you a homebody? Do you go out and do stuff and shop? Do you have stuff delivered or what?
Well,
Oh, no,
actually,
David's frozen.
since the New York positivity rate went up to over 3%, we've been teaching it from home,
Oh,
100%.
okay.
There was a while there where I was going into the school in like from middle of October to the beginning of November, and then the positivity rate went up, and we were all remote.
David,
So, yes.
both Davids, I have to tell you, the positivity rate of 3%, they are thrilled here. The positivity rate, for a while, it hasn't been for the last 2 days, was under 20%
Wait a minute.
Jeez.
in Nevada. Yeah.
What?
They were like, oh, it's 19.9%
I've
positivity
heard that
rate.
about different states. Yeah.
2 out of 5 people being tested came up positive.
Sure. Well,
Yeah.
actually, in New York, your internet connection is unstable. Okay.
Oh.
I think it's like 7% in New York now.
Gee.
Yeah, well, and today, I don't know what happened because there's been a big thing here with Fremont Street. Do you know what Fremont Street is? It's a downtown Vegas, and they have this big canopy over the street. It's a pedestrian walkway now, the whole street.
Yeah.
So it's a huge, it's pretty huge. It's about 4 city blocks long,
Yeah.
and there's a big canopy, and the projections on the ceiling. Well, they closed the whole thing, and they're charging people $25 what they call security fee. They have great names for fees here. It's not an entrance charge, so it's not a party or anything, but it's a security fee to pay for the security. And they were going to sell, I think it was 13 or 14,000 tickets to get into this place.
Yeah.
So that's not.
What, on New Year's Eve or just ever?
No, New Year's Eve.
Oh.
Normally it's just wide open. It's really nice.
Dog.
Not that I've been there since I moved here because I'm not going near tons of people.
By the way,
But-
Jeff, is that your dog? Is that?
Charlie's in the
Okay.
room. Charlie in the room. Let him in.
Yeah, he's in the
He's
waiting room.
sleeping. He wants to go in.
I mean, you know
What's
what?
that?
We have another guest who's joining you guys. Jeff, you
Okay.
know this person kind of well, and I think David Sheward knows him too.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us in the
Yes, I
neighborhood,
know, Charles.
the one, the only, the Jewish. That's my usual intro for Rabbi Salsal.
He looks so tall.
I know, Charlie. And your dimple is cavernous in your chin. I love it. Oh, Charlie, we don't get to.
Just needs to put his camera on there.
Yeah,
Oh my God, Grandpa, put your microphone on. We can't hear you. Take yourself off mute, Charlie.
I just have to
Oh, we
set
hear
up.
him. He's good.
Let me get to my place. I'll
Good
be
God,
there.
we have to see and hear
See,
him.
they don't do this on MSNBC or Fox. You know, they're already like that.
I know.
Fox, how do you know what they do
They're
on
all
Fox?
set
Who's
up.
watching
I
Fox?
hadn't realized this was MSNBC or Fox. How you doing, Dave?
Okay,
Hello,
hi,
Jeff,
hi,
good to
how are
see you.
Let me re-explain to everybody. First of all, you're watching the Dave's Gone By annual New Year's special. And I'm Dave Lefkowitz. With me are from the upper, well, I don't know what order all your dudes are in, but we've got David Sheward, who is the former head of the drama desk and a writer.
The reigning quiz king.
The reigning quiz king of Today, Yesterday trivia on Dave's Gone By. We also have Jeff Goodman, former guest co-host of Dave's Gone By, former co-host of a long-running theater review show called Two on the Aisle, and
Yes,
co-host of
indeed.
that show is our other guest, Charles Gross, who's gotten himself a haircut. Very nice, Charlie.
Yeah,
How you doing?
just for this occasion, David.
Oh,
just
What
for-
is a
just-
haircut?
Just for you.
People get haircuts? What is that?
It's something we do in New York. Jeff, I didn't know you'd be here. I'm really glad to see you. I was thinking
Yes,
of
I
you
can't
today.
wait to celebrate 9 o'clock.
That's right. Jeff's in Vegas, of course. So, Charlie, I've been asking the other guys and pretty much everyone. So, you're out in Jersey. Well, no, you're
No, I live on a small island off the coast of New Jersey, better
Oh.
known as Manhattan.
So, how over the past 9 months do you do most of what you do? You just wear a mask? Do you go shopping? Do you go, obviously not to the theater? Do you pick up food? Do you go to the park or a museum, or just hang home and do video stuff? What?
Well, the answer to all those questions, except for the museum, is yes. Mostly what I do go out to shop. I generally am doing most of my shopping in New Jersey these days because I go to visit my mother. It's an interesting thing. She doesn't want me in the house. Nothing
blame her.
personal. It's just, it's
It's very
dangerous.
tolerable, yeah.
So we sit out in her backyard, we social distance, we wear masks, we chat, and then I will go shopping. But my wife is a medical doctor and she has kept her practice open during this time. So normally she would take the train to work, but since this whole thing began, I've been chauffeuring her back and forth
Right. Yeah.
every day. So that's how
Charlie's
I
new career as an Uber driver.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, all right.
No, I am a private chauffeur. That's a little different, I think.
Now, I want to ask Charlie one thing about, and we've talked about this on the air, I think already, but I'm also been asking people what the best thing that happened to them in 2020 is, besides staying healthy. So I would imagine the best thing for you would be something creative that you did. So please remind everybody what that is and how they can see it.
Well, I guess the best thing, there were two things that happened to me creatively. First of all was Tales of Stockbridge. Now, that was a brand new show that came about basically because I was home with COVID. And I thought, well, let's try and put something together. And this was based...
You didn't have COVID. You were home during the pandemic.
Well, I'm home during the COVID. Yes. Thank God I have remained healthy. Thank God for that. And it was a two-part thing, which I performed at the Rochester Fringe Festival. I didn't go to Rochester. It was done virtually, and it was based on the vacations that my family took in Stockbridge during the 1960s, and then 40 years later, when I was traveling with my family, how we managed to find the cottage that my parents had stayed in, even though we didn't even have an address, and I ended it with. And I'm hoping this will become the second most famous story of Stockbridge. I ended it with the most famous story of Stockbridge, namely Alice's Restaurant. And I had a lot of fun doing that. And if you just go onto YouTube and type in Tales of Stockbridge, you can see it in its entirety.
Yeah, and you just YouTube Tales of Stockbridge, look for Charles Gross and that show. So let me ask
I have one more creative endeavor.
Go for it.
You know, I've been doing Two on the Aisle for 20 years. But there's no aisle to go on. So my current co-host, Leslie Hoban Blake, who I know is David's frequent trivia opponent, have created the Critic Circle. We just shot our New Year's show today, but we've been talking with artistic directors from theaters such as New York Theater Workshop, Paper Mill Playhouse. We've been talking with performers such as Hershey Fader. And the show we just did is the first one we haven't had a guest on. Basically, it's where do we go from here? What are you doing to survive? And we have found there is just so much creativity that people are doing until, that blessed day when the theaters reopen.
I miss roller derby. I really do. I think until that comes back. By the way, I want to let in. We have.
I think there's a new Netflix series about that. By the way,
let me. We have another theater person guest, so I want you guys to hang tight and stay where you are. But we have a guest. I don't know who this is.
A lady.
Yeah, but no, there's someone else, and I don't know who.
Wait.
It's getting crowded in here. I think we have two.
Oh, look who's there. Guys, hang tight. This is family. So family, no offense, family comes first. That is my cousin Stephanie and her children. Well, 2.5 of her children. Well, you're just muting yourself. Hello, 2.5 children. Hello, there we are. Hello. And even the husband is there. Hello.
Oh, wow.
Zooming from about a quarter mile away from where I am. So Adam, why don't you introduce, since you're the alpha male, introduce all the people on your side there.
So furthest from me sleeping over there is Harley. She's our new dog.
I can't see. Harley cannot see, but okay.
Hold on, we'll show you.
Get the dog. You gotta show the dog.
Oh.
And
Just kind of out of it.
so
You
that's
guys are the Poconos, right? Is
Yeah,
that?
they're the Poconos. So I wasn't sure about internet service, but so far it's working.
You look, guys. You look fantastic. So again, Adam and everybody, introduce.
so that was Harley Lou. Then
Yeah.
we got Connor Lou over here. He's the little dude with the Happy New Year's hat. Then we got Dylan Brady.
Dylan, hey Dylan. That's my cousin Stephanie, of course.
Then we
Yeah.
got the beautiful Stephanie.
The beautiful Stephanie, of course.
The mini beautiful Logan.
Logan, hello Logan. Hey guys, how you doing? Are you like Von trapping them? What's with the uniform that you all look exactly the same?
Dave, you sent this to us, Dave. You sent this to us and told us to wear this.
Yeah. You look great. You look amazing. So guys, tell me something good that happened for all you people
They
this
got
past?
their doggy.
Yeah, well, was that this year?
Yeah.
You got the dog this year?
Yes, we got a quarantine doggy, like everyone else. Back in June. She'll actually be 1 year old next week.
Yay!
Oh, how nice.
That's good.
That's a wonderful thing. That's a terrific. Was it spayed when you got it? Was it? Did he have his things, or did you have to cut them, or what?
No, we had to cut them.
Oh man, not a happy year for the dog either.
5-pound lap dog.
How many pounds?
55.
55. Is he going to get much bigger or what?
I hope not. Not really sure.
Now I should mention that Stephanie is my Aunt Bonnie's daughter. And Bonnie, she called in earlier in the show. So that's how this all sort of connects. So Stephanie is my cousin on my father's
And she
side.
has no relationship to the theater that all the
No, it has nothing to do at all with theater, but they love the theater.
Yes.
In fact, Stephanie, you
There are
grew up
people like
with,
that.
you have a story, Stephanie,
Evan
real quick.
Hansen, right? Evan
You
Hansen.
know the guy who took over as Evan Hansen and Dear Evan Hansen, the youngest like lead star performer. So what was he? He was like 16 or something. Tell us a little bit.
16 years old. He was the youngest actor on Broadway as a lead character. He was Dear Evan Hansen for a year. He finished last February. He finished. And he's actually tomorrow on New Year's Day at 7 o'clock, he's starring in the Ratatouille TikTok musical that they're
Yeah.
that they're showing. It was advertised on like CBS News. It's all over. He's in that.
But this is Andrew Barth Feldman that they're talking about. That's the name. So how do you know him though?
His mom was our camp director, so she was a good friend of ours.
I
And
actually taught him how to drive, and it was a complete failure.
That's not a joke. Yeah.
I taught him how to drive, and it was a disaster.
That's a whole nother show.
Explains a lot.
He's unbelievable. We've known him since he's 5 years old. He was actually in my mom's kindergarten class, and he began in Dear Evan Hansen in the end of January or the beginning of February, and then in May his mom got diagnosed with cancer.
Oh,
And passed away in August while he was still on Broadway, and he missed one show.
oh, how awful.
Because theater is so much more important than family.
Oh,
Well, that's what kept him going. That's what kept him alive.
I know.
We did. We went to Disney World with them. They're good family friends of ours. They're good people, and his mom was a good person.
Well, you guys are great people too. I'm so thrilled. And I'll say this publicly. I mean, when and Adam, I could just kill you, man. Not in a death way, but I could. So when it snowed, like a ton of snow 2 weeks ago.
I wait down the block until you do everything, and then I show up the snowblower. I do that intentionally.
I spent like 2
Now,
hours.
Your little pom-pom hat and your gloves. I watched the whole thing.
If you had come like 2 hours earlier, I could have just sat having cocoa. But no, I shovel. I'm sore. I'm wet. I'm miserable. And then I finally.
yourself a triple hernia.
Well, David, I'm sure there was absolutely no way to communicate between the two of you that he was going to come over later.
No,
so you have to-
and then he comes with a snowblower in like 10 minutes. He does more than I did in 2 hours. What are you doing, David? What? Oh, the
He's
tiny
playing
bit.
the smallest violin.
World playing a sad song for you.
But I really do appreciate the help that you guys. That's a little violinist down there. The help that you guys bring to my mom and dad. It's really, you know what it's like here. So that's really, really huge. And I wish you guys tremendous health and mazel and good things
Too bad
in.
there's no snow. They can ski.
Are you skiing out there in the Poconos? There must be snow there. Yeah.
Oh,
We skied all day today, and we're gonna go tomorrow again.
oh, great.
Dave,
Stay healthy. Don't be like Evan Hansen and break your arm. Just,
question.
Well, David, you can't ski here because it's terribly cold here. It's like in the 50s, maybe
In
40s.
Las Vegas.
Jeff, you can go water skiing, assuming
There
that
you
you
go.
can find some water.
Oh no, we just lost. I
Lake-
thought we lost our guest coming in the day. So guys, I'm gonna let
It's
my
called Lake
cousins go.
Mead, Charlie.
Happy New Year. Love you guys. Mwah.
Happy New Year. Love you.
Love you too.
We'll send
Have a great
back,
night.
we'll send back the hats and pajamas next week.
Okay, so those are my cousins, but you guys hang tight because we've got one more theater person who's been waiting patiently. And now we're going to be rewarded with someone we all know very well.
Yeah.
Evie.
I love Evie.
Eva
It's
Heinemann.
Eva Heinemann.
Happy
In a
You know-
lovely
you know
wig.
what?
I love the hair.
David.
New Year. Oh, Elfie put the lamp on. I didn't realize how dark it
Oh,
was.
Alfie's there. Can Alfie get
Why
on
is
camera?
he
I haven't seen
in the
him since he
house?
was like a tyke. Where is, or well, he doesn't have to, but if he wants to.
You have a couple of show cards behind you, Ava.
Oh, yeah. I'm having Elfie put the lamp on so you can see better. I didn't realize how dark I was.
Now,
So Eva
David?
Heinemann, I should mention, I was telling before how Charlie and Jeff co-hosted Two on the Aisle for a bunch of years, and now Charlie co-hosts that with Leslie Hovan Blake. A very similar show of theater reviews has been hosted by Eva Heinemann. It's called High Drama, and that's been on for how long? So for
Oh, over 25 years.
wow. Well, yeah. Well, then Charlie, yours is close to 30, then, isn't it? Or
It
something.
is, yeah. It next, in fact, this coming year will be 30 years. And I have to say, with the exception of Leslie Hoban Blake, anyone who's ever hosted or co-hosted, I should say, Two on the Aisle more than once is now right here in the neighborhood.
Whoa! Isn't that
With the exception of Leslie,
Was
you, Jeff, and Eva. And
Yeah, I
we've
could've
even had
got Leslie on that,
David
too.
has been on the show, but he was a guest.
Yeah. Well,
Yes,
so Eva,
yes, I was. I remember that.
It
How
was
have you-
your book.
Oh my God, was it a good or bad memory, David?
I think it was a pretty good memory from what I recall.
Well, we talked about your book.
Yes.
That was a good book. Every winner of Tonys and Oscars.
Oh yeah, the big book of show business awards.
Right. Have you ever updated it?
No.
By the way, David, what's going on with the Tonys this year? We
Oh,
got
that's
nominations.
Well, they have announced the nominees, and because they're not going to open the shows again until June of 2021, the thinking is it's sort of weird. The thinking, Charlotte St. Martin sort of hinted that, well, we don't want to do this. She said, we've got more time now. We can do more planning. And the real thing behind it is they don't want to, I believe, I don't know, but I think the thinking is they're not going to do the Tonys until it's close to the time when the shows will be opening, so that they can say, oh, we want to get, promotion, so that if we give a Tony say to Jagged Little Pill, people will buy tickets to see Jagged Little Pill. But they can't do that until it's close to the time when the shows will be opening. So they may not do it until 2021.
I'm actually kind of hoping.
I'm
they'll
thinking
forget
maybe
about
5
it this
years.
year. I've looked at those nominations. They have one nomination for Best Actor in a Musical.
Oh,
Best
Right.
Score. They
Yeah.
nominated plays. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Was Percy Jackson really that bad? I don't think so. I mean, with nominations like that,
All right.
I try to postpone the Tony Awards until 2022,
Well,
where you
postpone
can
the
actually get
nominations.
some real nominations.
Yeah. Well, Eva, we've all been yakking about theater, but we haven't even, first of all, asked, how are you? This is Eva Heinemann. How you doing?
Oh, first I want to say, Jeff, my God, you look so good. How much you've lost so much weight? You look gorgeous.
Oh, you haven't seen me since the last 350 pounds, huh?
No, I have not. Last time was my birthday, like 3 years ago.
Yeah, that was just before I started losing the weight.
Wow.
And he's not joking. He's not exaggerating. He lost 300.
No, I went from 527 pounds down to 180.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
500 pounds?
I was
He was very
527.
large.
That's why I had to stop reviewing. I could hardly
That's
fit in the
terrible.
seats. Everything was so uncomfortable.
That's awful.
I just
it's-
gave up on life. It was
we
really
would walk
bad.
we would walk to the theater, and he'd have to stop at every block, and then post when he got into his current shape, I invited him to join me, and he walks from Penn Station. I mean,
It's fantastic.
this is truly a miracle of modern
That's
medicine.
good. Good.
Yeah.
But the miracle here is, Eva, your hair.
I thought I looked festive for New Year's Eve. I have my Mardi Gras jewelry on. You can't see it, but I'm wearing a glitzy crocodile.
That's in glitzy eyes on, baby.
Cardan, who just it was. So, Eva, what is the best memory that you will take away from 2020, which doesn't have a lot of good ones, but like the best thing that happened?
Okay, this is sort of a bucket list. This is really silly. I don't know. Do you guys watch CBS Morning News with
No.
Tony DeCopel and Gail King and Anthony Mason? Well, they have this segment called What to Watch. And you know me and puns. I mean, I start high drama every time with a pun. My reviews are full of puns. I love wordplay more. That's why I'm a theater critic, because I love wordplay.
Oh, Mr. Peabody.
So they have this thing for Vlad Dudier called What to Watch. And the audience members were throwing out these funny little things to lead into Vlad Dudier. And I followed Tony DeCopel on Twitter. I barraged him with this and that and that and this and nothing. And I'm like, oh, this is never going to happen. I gave up on it. And then on Christmas morning, and I didn't even realize it was me because it was so long ago. All of a sudden, you heard Tony DeCopel go, the weather outside is frightful, but Vlad is so delightful. And that's from Ava Heineman. And Vlad is like, oh, Ava, that was wonderful. And I was like, So but I mean, thing that happened to me was floods and
almost midnight.
I was
Okay. So hold on, Eva. I think David's waving goodbye. You want to go?
Yeah, it's almost midnight. I need to join my party, but it was great to see everybody.
You too, David. Have a good year.
Really great to see everybody.
I'll see you on the ninth.
David, have a very happy 9 o'clock.
Thank you.
So
I just
Dave-
wanted to say one quick thing. Last year at New Year's, the highlight, I guess, was last year. My tweet got on CNN because I was watching CNN and they have this broadcaster, Richard Quest, who's a British guy with a very gravelly voice.
He's in Times Square now.
It was very annoying, and he has a very annoying voice. So I tweeted, "Oh no, the dulcet tones of Richard Quest." Hashtag. What next? And then I'm looking on the screen, and there it is on CNN. Okay.
You know the feeling.
Happy New Year.
Yes,
Happy
the
New Year,
best of
David.
everything
Happy
to
New
you,
Year.
David.